And we are back. Welcome to episode number 111. And we are going to pick off right where we left off, which is finding the communication center not too far away. Actually, I don't want to go up the side of that mountain, so let's go to this station. Hopefully this won't take too long and we can be on our merry way. Alright, full speed ahead.
You know Ryder won't let anyone else drive this thing, right? What? You've driven this thing? Who else? Is it everyone else? Oh, never mind.
Do you really blame me, PB? Especially after what happened to our escape pod. I imagine it would be a little more difficult and a little more pricey. Oh, there's the base. To replace a Nomad. Plus, obviously nobody's as good of a driver as I am. I mean, that's just obvious. Alright.
This is the comm outpost we heard about from that Kett log on Vold.
Not doing this on purpose, I swear. Alright, you know what? Let me just find a place to park, and then we're gonna get out, and we're gonna do the rest on foot. Hey! Okay. That'll work. Can't hide from me by rolling off the cliffside. Nice try, though. Oh. Hey, buddies.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Thanks for the cover fire. Let's see if we can return the favor.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Because I'm standing next to a heater, Sam. Definitely appreciate the larger clip size. I think that's everyone.
I'm reading a temperature decree.
Attention, Archon of Sector 119 NYKZ. So, if he's the Archon of a sector, that would lead me to believe he's not the Archon of the whole species. I wonder if that means the Kett will be a larger threat even in future games. Interesting. Previous report was 39 cycles ago. Senate requires an update of progress within this sector. A reminder that all campaign leaders are expected to deliver reports once in every 15 standard cycles. Senate recognizes that presence of the Scourge phenomenon may be disruptive to communications. Take steps to circumvent this obstacle so that regular updates can resume. This is your second reminder of this nature. Please acknowledge receipt. Somebody's in trouble. So we get a little taste of higher Kett culture, though. Their empire seems to be ruled by a senate, and he is simply their agent and the military leader of this, quote, campaign, unquote. Alright, so he's not as high and mighty as he would have us believe. Now I wonder, they do seem to almost worship him, like, religiously. Is that just part of their culture, or are all leaders worshipped that way, with the Senate as like the highest level? Or is this some kind of splinter faction where he's turned them into his worshippers?
The Archon's not the Kett's supreme leader. There's more like him, all over Andromeda.
All grabbing genetic data and sending it home.
And making more Kett in the process.
So they're not all based off him then. That's actually a big dose of information there. We'll play the audio log in a second. But I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I guess they'll definitely be a major threat as this series, hopefully, continues.
Rose, communication orders require explanation. Archon commands a block of all transmissions of Angara data to the Empire. It is a breach of protocol.
Ooh, sounds like the Archon's ignoring protocol.
I wish when they translate it, they should really make it easier to understand what they're saying too, because I missed that entire first part. So I guess he's deliberately not sending back the data? Here I thought it was just the Scourge preventing them from doing so.
Environmental temperatures are
Which,
within acceptable limits.
Works to our advantage.
Life support is back online.
Communications. Only Archon is aware of shifting situation in Helios. If Archon's opinion is that protocols are not to our benefit, accept his wisdom. He is the Senate's voice in Helios and must be obeyed.
I get the feeling there's more to this.
Yeah, sounds like the Archon is done taking orders from this Senate. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll recall him and punish him. But we'll see.
It sounds like the Kett are starting to question what the Archon's doing. If this continues, it might be good for all of us.
So, what's next?
There is likely nothing to be done, but conflicts between factions seldom resolve quietly.
Then we'll just have to keep an ear to the ground for now. With luck, something will happen.
Or an ear to the sky, as it were. Huh. Wait for new intel on the Kett. So, that's not the end of the quest. And here I thought it would be. Just says wait for new intel, so I guess in the meantime, all these right now just say wait for updates. All that's left then is our one Helios assignment. This was Sid's quest. Now we have to find Yale, the former leader of the Three Sabers, and he's hiding out on Eos. Good old Eos. Where's our ship? Back where it all began. Well, kind of. It is very convenient that the ship is shaped like it is, because I'm sure otherwise lots of people, probably myself included, would start here and go, okay, where's the ship? I thought I was at the ship. I don't see the ship. But because of its nose, you can tell it's right behind me.
Is falling, Pathfinder.
And above me. Goodbye, Vold. See you soon, perhaps. Alright, no new intel yet. But in the meantime, we'll talk to PB. Hey look, a new escape pod.
Hey, PB.
Hold that thought. Sit tight. I'll be right back.
Spend some
Hello?
quality time with Pop.
Don't worry. I'm not springing anything terrible on you. Actually, you be the judge. I'm just going to come out with it. I want you, Ryder. More than friends, more than lovers. I want strings. All the strings. If you don't want the same thing, I know how uncomfortable it would be to say it to my face. So, at the beep, just let me know. Do you want to be with me? For real? Either way, join me in the meeting room, huh? Beep.
Aw, PB. So that's kind of interesting. I like that even if you don't choose any romance options with her, she still chooses a romance option with you. I like when the characters have some initiative of their own. The same was true of some of the romances in Inquisition. It's kind of weird when it's coming from Pac instead of her face to face, but the only reason I'm even considering it at all is because I thought it'd be kind of unusual and interesting to see what a romance with Vetra would be like, but that hasn't really been going anywhere. Hopefully we'll get a chance to change that. So we turned her down once. I think unfortunately we're gonna have to turn her down again, and hope that we have another opportunity for a different romance further along in the game.
PB, let's just be friends, okay?
So, the reason I wanted to talk to you all...
Uh-oh.
Did you mutiny and jettison, Ryder?
No such luck. He just showed up.
Why did she call the entire crew? That makes this extremely awkward.
Never thought I'd see PB having trouble getting a word in.
Maybe I'm rubbing off on them. I just want to say, whether you all know it or not, I've had one foot out the door since I got here. And, well, that's gonna stop. I'm proud and happy to be part of this team. This family.
Oh.
That's really it.
Okay.
About time you caught up, kid.
Yeah, you're one of us, whether you like it or not.
Well, great. So, my place is an utter mess. Who wants to help me clean it up?
Think I left the stove on.
I'm making ice.
It's an ungotten holiday.
Reports don't file themselves.
Helping Liam make ice.
But...
Ice. Guess that leaves me. Alright, well that was kind of a cute little cutscene. Getting better at that. Unfortunately, I don't think we had any more intel on the Kett arrive while we were talking to PB. So... anything new, Callow?
What can I do for you?
No, not really.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Alright. Let's
Old orbit is steady.
let's head to Eos. You know, with my luck, watch Vetra not be a real romance option. Watch it be one of those things where you can like flirt with somebody, but nothing ever comes of it. But we'll see. Eos.
Pythias system. Home of Eos and Prodromos.
I like how he reminds me just in case I forgot where my first outpost was. I may forget some things with this game, but I think at least that much I can remember. We have a task here too, but unless it's one that's easy to do and marked on the map, I think we're going to skip that. Let's change out PB because she's been with us for a while. How about Drac? I guess I could have chosen PB's
Descent is green.
abilities since she has her loyalty mission completed now, but
Coordinating. Path is calm.
we'll do that next time. And I guess that's it for the loyalty missions. They were a lot of fun, but all good things must come to an end, and I'm glad that my team is unified and ready for whatever happens next. Alright. Now where to? See, speak to Yale, and he's actually right nearby. Well, that's convenient. Still, I'm going to be lazy and bad for the environment and drive the Nomad there. Or maybe not. Here's the Nomad. Oh, this house is right here. That's what Earth could really use right now is a remnant vault. Just do some funky sci-fi thing, and next thing you know, the whole planet is environmentally stable. Wouldn't that be nice? Excuse me for barging in.
Is your name Yale?
Yeah, that's me. Stanton Yale. What can I do for the Pathfinder today?
Tell me about the three sabers.
Oh, shit.
Well, that reaction tells me all I need to know.
Look, I just didn't think anyone would find out about it, okay? It's something that ought to be left alone. We made a mistake.
Explain.
The new outposts, our supply routes, they needed protection. We couldn't rely on just you. I proposed that we'd save Nexus blood by hiring exiles to fight for us.
It could have worked. Mercenaries and privateers have existed throughout history.
That was the hope. Cochran and I served together. I thought I could trust him and the crew. I became their commander, I armed them, I shared access to Padromo's operations. And then they took their new toys and went rogue.
Surprise.
Attacked people they were supposed to protect.
Doesn't seem like a real choice based on the icons. I'm glad we have an answer, and he was trying to do the right thing. I'm not sure reporting it would really do anything anyway.
I've dealt with the three Sabers. They won't be a problem.
Damn, they're gone then. Shit. Cochran. He was a good man. Once. Addison will be pleased at least. One loose end tied up.
Wait, Addison?
She wasn't sure Ryder would work out as Pathfinder. She was desperate for options. Doesn't even matter anymore. The three Sabers are gone. Just let this blow over. I have to get back to work. We've got an outpost to run here.
So she was in on the whole thing? Interesting little twist. Also, that poor Turian must have some severe neck pain. Did you guys see his head? Alright, well, I guess we're going back to the Nexus then. That's the Tempest. No more quests here. Yep. And again, we're going to be super lazy, and we're going to fast travel. Actually, I don't like the term lazy. Let's call it efficient. We're not really... Either way, it's a video game. We're not expending energy. We're just wasting time, so it really is efficient. Alright, back to the Nexus, and we'll see if we have any Kett updates. The fact that it's like a
all clear
Allies and Relationships quest is really interesting. Is it supposed to be about the Archon? Are we going to get like a Kett follower who's not a fan of what the Archon is doing?
Hello?
I doubt that. But maybe an ally at least. Also, what about movie night? Is that not really going to be a thing? If so, that's a real letdown. Let me just make sure we don't have any updates yet. Nope. Alright, to the Nexus it is then. I know this flying from planet to planet to planet is starting to get old. Starting to get on my nerves at least, but on the bright side, I think it's almost done. Now, that would be a good fast travel. You could just like fast travel to other systems. I wonder what that planet is over on the right there, in those Ezo or whatever it is. We probably already scanned it, but looks like an interesting place. Likely not a habitable place, but interesting nonetheless. You could definitely be a lot more efficient with these quests if you had played the game before and knew which one was going to take you where, but if you've already done that, then I imagine it's a little less interesting.
A violent illness related to fury light.
This is amazing. I can't believe you made it.
Sorry, I'm not listening to every conversation that goes on. I think we'd be here forever otherwise.
The Turian Ark has been found.
Yay. That's the whole news report?
Turian Pathfinder, Mason Barrow,
trying to boost our morale.
Could do a lot worse than a former Spectre. There's Addison.
I know why you're here. Yale told me to expect a visit. I hoped this blunder wouldn't come to light, but Helios has a habit of dashing our hopes. Have the three Sabers been eliminated, Pathfinder?
I dealt with them.
Then the problem's solved. As far as everyone's concerned, the three Sabers acted on their own.
But they didn't, did they? Hey, Ryder.
Who the hell's this?
Hey, Sid.
This investigation started with Sid's instincts.
I applaud good instincts, but not in this case.
So I was right, wasn't I? Someone on the Nexus was helping the three Sabers.
Yes,
Yep.
it was a mistake. We authorized a course of action that cost lives, but, like I said, it's over.
You have to tell people. If we made a mistake, we have to own it, right?
Who does that serve? It could damage relations with the Angara, spark another uprising.
It would be lying. Ryder, if you hide this, what else will you let them hide?
We're not taking tips on diplomacy from a teenager.
Kind of like that Sid's being the moral compass here. Because my instinct would be to kind of agree with Addison that I'm not sure what good it would do. On the whole, I'm a big fan of transparency, but it's true that it's not always best for the general population to know every little thing the government does. Especially when we're in a brand new system and things are already so frail. That being said, this is really Sid's quest and her investigation, and I think the decision has to be hers. So we don't get a chance to ask her what she'd like to do, but I think I already know the answer to that. So let's go with Sid.
With all due respect, Director, Sid's right. Transparency is important for building trust. People need to know they can trust us, even when we screw up.
I'll make sure people hear about this.
Pathfinder, you're making a mistake.
Maybe. But at least I'm willing to acknowledge it.
Ouch. Yeah, I think it probably should come from Addison, though, and not Sid. It doesn't really work. Transparency doesn't work if it doesn't come from somebody who's in the government. Either way, that quest is done. Let's head back to our ship. Can we fast travel from here? Is that a thing? No. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's just check on Director Tan, see if he might have anything to say. Not sure if we talked to him since the Turian Ark arrived.
Hello again.
Howdy. Hey, Avidus, how are you doing?
So it's official? You're part of our little club?
I know I was reluctant, but it was the right call. Thanks for the push.
I know you make Mason proud.
I'm trying.
Alright, so a lot of items here. And yes, I cooked some mayonnaise. Eating it now.
How have you been since HO47C?
Fine, I'm fine.
If you ever want to talk about Mason, you know where to find me.
Thanks, Ryder. Really, I'm just not ready.
Understandable.
Any luck finding other survivors from Natanis?
Brought in another batch yesterday. Still too many unaccounted for, but we're getting there.
Good.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Ryder. Appreciate it.
Hope that doesn't become a quest.
So, how are you finding the new post?
Not used to having people question my actions, but I like the challenge. More than I thought I would.
Any regrets?
My only regret is that Mason isn't here to see me play diplomat with Tan. Back in the Milky Way, I would have punched sense into that worm. Now, I use my words. I'm a changed man.
Pathfinder versus Spectre. How does it compare?
They're completely different beasts. As a Spectre, I worked in the shadows. Intel was on a need-to-know basis. Here, everyone's looking to me. Looking to me. It's all out in the open.
Which do you prefer?
Being a Spectre was easier, but being a Pathfinder is more rewarding.
That's an interesting comparison from, I guess, the one person who's seen both worlds. Of course, we have as players, but our characters are different people.
How's life on the Nexus treating you?
Running water and rations. It's a beautiful thing. I can tell people are still shook up from the uprising, but compared to Varl, things almost feel normal.
Don't get too used to it. So I'm glad they actually have real other Pathfinders, and they don't just sort of drop that dangling thread. But I wonder if they're actually going to ever do anything. It'd be really great if they were involved in like the end game. And there's a good chance I think they might be, but we'll have to find out.
Good seeing you, Avitus.
Stay safe out there.
What about, what's her name? The Asari Pathfinder. It'd be nice to talk to her. Especially because she, is that her? Yes.
I missed her guidance. Sarissa was still a hero, even if... A lot of us thought so.
Yeah, she was a little less confident about becoming a Pathfinder.
I heard about the Turian Ark. My team and I will be lending all the aid we can to find their stasis pods. And we have a new colleague, a former Spectre. Goddess, I really am in illustrious company.
I get the sense you draw a lot of strength from your faith.
I do. It's a comfort to know I'm never alone. Though I suppose now, with my Sam, that's doubly true. Do you have any particular beliefs?
Trying to think about Ryder's background. I'm sure he has beliefs, but probably not religious ones.
I wouldn't say so.
Everyone has their own path through the world. I wish you the best on yours.
I haven't run into Sarissa yet. Do you know where she is?
I don't. She took her weapons and armor and left without a word.
Will she be alright?
I pray she will. Sarissa has a powerful spirit, but this hurt her terribly. I almost feel sorry for the next Kett she sees.
Somehow I think she'll be okay.
What's your mission, now that you're a Pathfinder?
I'll be exploring and charting the Scourge. I want to drive the Kett out of their hiding places. Goddess willing, that data module will be worth the price we paid.
So it is interesting, something else I just thought of, from that memo we read from the Kett. The Scourge definitely seems like a unique feature of the Helios cluster. So not surprising, but we now have confirmation of that. It's not just something that's spread throughout Andromeda. It seems to be unique here, and I'm sure it's tied to the Remnant and the history of this area. History which will hopefully be revealed as we complete the game.
How does it feel to be back on the Nexus finally?
It feels... After living so long on an Ark that was falling apart, I'm not used to feeling safe. But I can breathe. See the people I'm here to help. This is home.
Glad you're fitting in.
Good luck, Pathfinder.
Goddess go with you.
She definitely seems a lot more confident than when we last saw her. What was this? Just models of ships? Did we already see all of them? In 2003, forgive me if I already talked about this a while ago, but humanity's first technology proven. Oh, okay. So the probe was built in 2003, not the starship. I'll just say, I'm pretty sure we didn't have any starships in 2003. The Normandy, of course. SR2, it is, again, kind of strange that they had the schematics for that. Early Turian starship, their first to travel beyond a mass relay. Does that mean like through a mass relay, or does that mean like travel beyond the speed of light without using a relay? I'm not sure what beyond really means. Probably through.
The Asari seem happy just to be alive, but the Nexus is running out of places to put them.
I know. The outposts can't come fast enough.
What do we do in the meantime?
Would they be willing to go back into stasis?
After what they've been through? You get to ask them.
I see your point. Just double them up in whatever quarters we have.
Easier said than done.
I think we might have heard that one before, but at this point I have 5 outposts. That's all the ones I was tasked with creating, so you guys should be able to find some new homes for these Asari.
Unfortunate
That's your end of the
news about
job.
the Turian Ark. At least some survived. It could have been much worse.
For sure.
And I see we have a new Pathfinder.
Avitus just needed a little coaxing.
Surprising, considering he's a former Spectre. They had a reputation for, shall we say, extreme measures. Now that he's a Pathfinder, I'll expect him to temper his methods. Did you have some other business?
I guess not.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
Alright, well, now that we've seen all the important people here on the Nexus, I guess that's about all we can do for the time being. What's that? Oh, the spark. So, yeah, we might...
You trained for this too, huh? We marry few.
Yes, but I do more good where I am.
Lucky you. No back-breaking responsibilities.
Except keeping Ryder in one piece. That's more than enough.
Hey, I'm right here. So yeah, I guess if we get an update about any of these quests, like the Kett Communications one, then we'll do that. But otherwise, I think we're about ready to begin the next step of the main quest. So I know I'm excited. We've had this in our mission log for quite some time now. Hopefully you guys are excited about it as well. So be sure to stay tuned, because I'm sure our next episode will be a good one.